started having sleep issues, and I had seen what my husband was going through with his own bout of sleep apnea. I decided it was time for me to have a sleep test too, especially when I kept falling asleep during the day, often in the middle of conversations. So my friends urged me to please find some help because they were tired of seeing me closing my eyes during our visits. So that was the main symptom for me, is that I was sleep deprived. I was also struggling with snoring, which disturbed my husband's sleep. Some kind of device that could help me, maybe even help with my TMJ problem. I talked to my dentist about it, and he recommended Dr. Hitchcock's office because he had the ability to take care of the skill set to take care of dental devices that would help with my sleep apnea.
Right on, very cool. Your advice for anybody who is in that 5 to 6 range and is thinking about just waiting because they think that it's mild?
Sure. I always advise anybody that's having trouble staying awake in the middle of conversations, or they're snoring at night, or they're just tired all the time, fatigue, to have a sleep test. Have it done. It doesn't cost much. Usually your insurance will cover it, especially if you have a doctor that recommends it. Go through the process and have it done. It's worth it because it prevents further health issues, especially heart disease. And if it runs in the family, you're probably going to have trouble with it, especially if you leave the sleep issue unaddressed, the sleep apnea.
How was the process of getting used to the device?
Transition.
Yeah.
It was very odd at first feeling because it jutted my lower jaw forward at night. I slept better right away, but I couldn't talk very well, and my husband still tells me, please take that out before you try to have a conversation. But it's very effective. I think maybe the hardest part of the transition was simply getting used to my mouth getting a little dry because I'm a mouth breather. And so wrapping my lips around the device is challenging, but it still works. And it keeps me from snoring, and it keeps me from having those sleep interruptions during the night. Some kind of device that could help me, maybe even help with my TMJ problem. I talked to my dentist about it, and he recommended Dr. Hitchcock's office because he had the ability to take care of the skill set to take care of dental devices that would help with my sleep apnea.
Right on, very cool. Glad your dentist sent you over to us. That's fantastic. There was a question in there that I was going to ask you about. So you were falling asleep mid-conversation with your friends.
Yes.
That's a bummer. Did you try to CPAP first?
Oh, yes, I did try CPAP first, and that's when I got the halo effector on my hair. So I tried that, and it worked okay, but it was a vanity thing. I didn't like that, and I didn't need it as much because my sleep apnea was more mild. The more severe it is, evidently, the less chance there is that this would be a good fit. But mine was quite mild. So what made me look at my sleep apnea in the first place was my husband's experience. He had probably mild snoring and mild symptoms for a long time before he looked at his own issues. He had a sleep test though, and the number of episodes in a minute were almost every other second. He would have an episode. So 30 some odd per minute. That's an extreme number for sleep apnea. But as a result of ignoring it for so many years, he developed some heart disease. His heart could not handle the stress that was being put on it by the apnea, by the sleep deprivation, by the oxygen deprivation. And so when he finally got his treated, it made me start looking at my own as well. And that's when I decided to have a sleep test done too. I was having about 5 or 6 episodes per minute, and which is very mild. So I caught it early and was thankful for, I was thankful for my husband getting a sleep test done and being a good example there, but I was sorry that he had not done it soon enough to be able to prevent some of his heart issues that he's having right now. I get a better quality of sleep overall. I still fall asleep once in a while because I haven't slept long enough. I just get up when my body wakes up at 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning. That's me. But yeah, it's not like I never need a nap. I still need an occasional nap. It's not every day, all day.
Yeah, that's normal. But what about nodding off with your friends? Are you nodding off when you're... Thank you. Are you nodding off during conversations anymore?
I think that has pretty much stopped. I might still fall asleep in church occasionally, but I try not to.
That might be the pastor's fault.
No, I would say it's probably my fault for not getting to sleep earlier the day before. I'm not really falling asleep in conversations with my friends anymore, and they appreciate that.
Did you get some initial soreness when you first had the device?
I think the soreness comes from resetting the jaw the next morning. Not during the night. It doesn't cause any discomfort then. It takes a few minutes for my jaw to get back in place, back to where it's in normal position, but that's just very temporary only. And I don't even notice it anymore.
Yeah, because you've had it for like 3 years now.
I have.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that snoring was one of my symptoms. Once in a while, I will forget to put my dental appliance in at night and wake up in the middle of the night thinking, oh, wait, it's not there. I don't need the Biotin, I need the dental appliance. So I really appreciate having it, and I don't mind wearing it at all. And I believe it is a real gift to be able to have something that is a fix for what has been a problem for me for a long time.